Good evening and salutations, my GH fan, Sonny. I don't know what to say at this point. I really don't. I almost feel like whenever I talk about Sonny, it's rinse and repeat. It's getting to the point I feel like the other characters are starting to just get annoyed and tired of the excuses and playing the victim. Like Michael. Michael's had enough. I am really liking this side of Michael because there's one point where Michael just he calls him out on his BS. He finds out about Sonny, sleeping with Nina, and he calls him out on all of it. He calls out on all of it. He even said, you know what, it didn't even matter if she showed up or not. What you did was still wrong. You just said, screw it. She didn't come when I wanted to, so I'm just gonna be with her. Called him out on everything and was just like, I can't believe you were this stupid. And Sonny was like, watch it. Michael was like, or else what? I rewind that like 5 times because I was like, yeah, Sonny, I mean, what are you going to do? But just the simple fact that his son got so tired of Sonny's BS and the excuses that he was making. After a while, I just stopped writing. I was like, nope, I'm not doing it because at this point, we all know what Sonny's going to sit there and do. He's going to lie. He's going to justify his actions, and I thought that she wasn't coming, and she didn't, and it just happened, and it's complicated, and blah 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 blah, boo 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 boo. Poor me. This is coming from a Sonny fan. Okay? This is coming from a Sonny fan. At this point, can we just skip to the fact that Sonny. Can we just skip to the part where Sonny is with Nina and then they start this whole new relationship and we just kind of see where this goes? Because this version right here of the denials and the lie, not the lies, but the denials and the excuses, it's just like, ugh, bro, you're exhausting. I thought I was exhausted today. I thought I was exhausted today. And hearing Sunny and just the constant excuses, I just said, screw it. I'm not even bothering to write. At this point, I think everyone that I'm talking to already knows what Sunny's doing, so it's like, what's the point? But just the fact that Michael was not having it, he was not playing games, and this wasn't even just the fact that, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's protective of his mom, but this is more than that. He's just tired of Sunny's BS, like everyone else is. Um, Jocelyn was over there talking to Carly, making sure she was okay. Told him about the whole Esme thing, and then she found out about Sunny and his cheating and everything like that. And she was livid. She was livid. Now, last time she was angry at Sunny, I I literally called her out. I practically dragged her through the mud. There was one point where she made it about herself, talking about, oh, well, would you ever want me to be with a guy like that? At that point, I was like, Jocelyn, please do me a favor and just shut the F up forever. But in this case, I can't be mad at her. Um, and so she calls him out and talk about Jason and everything like that. And I'm not gonna lie, when Carla was like, yeah, he's gone when I needed him the most, when I need him the most. And I was like, when you need him the most, because it's always been about you, right? He's always had to come to your rescue. I can actually start to see why some people don't like Carly. Especially with that selfishness that, oh, when I needed him the most and blah, 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 blah. And I can see why some people is like, yeah, I don't want her to be with her because she's going to make it about herself. I get it. Anyway, um, Michael gives um, Michael gives Carly a heads up right before Sunny comes to the room, and Jocelyn gives her gives him a glare. And then Sunny is like, we can talk, we can work this out. We can talk, we can work this out. I don't even know where to begin on what's wrong with those words. At this point, Carly has had enough. She's done, she's tired, she's angry, she's hurt, she wants to hurt him back. And, Sonny's just like, well, if we talk this out, and, at first, because he said that, I know about the divorce, and at first she got all pissed off. And I was like, bro, no, you put that on the shared calendar. That's how you know. And it was funny too, because even before Sonny got to the room, Michael was like, yeah, you know what? She should divorce you. She should divorce you. And that's what Carly was like, yeah, I'm over it. I'm done. We're getting divorced. It's happening. And that's that. Um, and Sonny was like, all right, well, I'm going to leave you alone for now. I remember it used to actually be fun to talk about Sonny. I mean, he just sounds like a broken record. And I think that's the problem with him. He just sounds like a broken record. And when I say I'm a Sonny fan, I'm a huge Sonny fan. But this is just getting monotonous at this point. Um, Curtis and Portia decide to move in together. That's pretty much the only thing that wound up happening. They decide to move in together. Now Harmony was sitting there talking to Alexis, and she was like, "I'm not her bio mom." Some woman named Joanne or Joan. Hold on, the hell is her name? Joan. Joan, that's her name. Some woman named Joan. Got pregnant and left, and this was when she was in another call. Um, like, damn, how many calls did she actually join? Anyway, that's pretty much the story. And they never knew who the bio dad was, so they just pretty much been lying to Willow her entire life. Yep. And towards the end, Alexa's like, listen, you got two choices. You can either sit there and continue to lie to her, or you can sit there and tell the truth. And even then, it may not be enough. Harmony was like, oh, well, we worked so hard, and I feel like she wouldn't forgive me. But you know what? It's not about you, though. It's about her. So, boo-hoo your feelings. So I guess we'll just sit there and see how long that lasts before she decides to say anything, which I'm pretty sure she won't. Willow's gonna find out, gonna be hurt, angry, and upset, and yeah, that's pretty much just gonna be it. Now, before I get into the other part, and I'm pretty sure I said this before, the new intro. It's not even. Here's the thing. I like the fact that they took different pictures, and that's cool. And they threw in some characters. Like Esme was a character, and I want to sit there and thank Shakira because she gave me a link to a movie where the actress that plays Esme was in another movie called My Daughter's Psycho Friend, and I was like, damn, this girl, this isn't the first time she's played a psycho, and I think people should watch that movie. I want to finish watching it. The first few minutes, I was like, yo, this chick is wilding. I just put, I'll just sit there and say that. Um, Other than that, it just seems like it's the same intro. They just have a different music, but the same intro, just different pictures. I'm still gonna go back to the 2012, 2014 intro, which is probably my favorite besides the 90s version, 95 version, or 96 version. Anyway, I'm actually. So after Michael and Willow finish having brunch or lunch or breakfast or whatever, she's like, all right, I gotta sit down and go to class or whatever. So she's on her way to class, and Nina stops her, and Willow's like, all right, well, I got to sit there and get to class, although otherwise I'm gonna be late. Now, granted, I felt like she was already gonna be late before, and Nina was like, "No, no, no, I just gotta sit there and talk to you." Nina, I get that you make your own hours at work, but like when you sit there and stop Britt from doing her job, and you stop Willow from, going to class, it's like, why are we making this about you? Why are we doing that for? Um. Anyway, long story short, Nina wants to make sure that she has a connection, um, with Wiley. And I'm like, Nina, what what on earth makes you think that that's even going to be remotely possible? I mean, yeah, Willow adopted um Wiley, but at the end of the day, it's let's be honest, it's up to Michael. And I don't see that happening. So I have no idea why she's trying to get Willow to, I don't know, manipulate Michael into, getting access to Wiley. I don't understand how that is gonna work out, especially after everything that you did and everything you continue to do. Like, are you kidding me? Anyway, they bond over um, having crappy mothers growing up. It's really interesting. Jocelyn and Carly bonded over the fact that, Esme is a terrible person and so is Nina. Two women that are thorns in both of their asses. So I like that scene. Okay, so let's talk about this whole Brooklyn Chase, saying goodbye to Felicia, meaning saying goodbye to Bailey. So they say goodbye to Bailey, and this is where it this is where it just doesn't work in this episode because you know Brooklyn is clearly bothered and upset and hurt by this. Hell, even Nina saw it. Nina was all like, "Oh, if you want somebody to talk to, if you want somebody to, you cry on cry on somebody's shoulder. I'm always there for you." I was like, Nina, I'm pretty sure that you've done enough, and I don't even understand why you're sitting there trying to offer to console her. Like, bro, you got way too many issues that you're dealing with. On top of the fact that Brooklyn and Carly are close, you really think that she want to sit there and have anything to do with you? I get that that's her trying to be a good person or a nice person or whatever, but anyway, the reason why this whole thing just doesn't work for me is that it's literally less than 24 hours, and then Mac and Felicia decide because they couldn't get the baby to stop crying. They decide to give the baby back to Brooklyn because they're familiar. Bailey is familiar with them, and calling her Louise is going to take some time to get used to. So they're like, listen, we're going to sit there and do this best for what's was best for Louise or Bailey, whatever they want to call her. And so she wound up getting them back to Brooklyn and Chase. So this whole emotional and it's hard and she's hugging Chase and crying and everything like that doesn't really do much good if you're just gonna give the baby right back to her anyway. Like it just I don't know. I mean, it was nice to sit there. Well, I shouldn't sit there and say it was nice to sit there and see her cry, but it was a good impact as far as seeing that emotional toll and how it weighed on her and how much she really fell in love and really bonded with that child. And so that part was great. But then you're just like, you know what? You could sit there and hold the baby for a little bit longer. Okay, emotional up, emotional thing, just lift it. It's like, I don't know. It's just the fact that they gave the child back was like, really? We went through like 5 minutes of her crying, and then she just gets the baby back, and it's like, well, that emotional impact it really didn't last too long. So I don't know. I just felt like it just wasn't a good payoff for me. I did say Mac was in this episode. Yeah, Mac was in this episode, and so was Deanna. Deanna, yeah, Deanna, and then Nina, not Nina, and then Jocelyn and Michael. I mean, yeah, Jocelyn and Michael was there talking about pretty much how much Sonny sucks as a husband, pretty much, more or less. And it's funny too, because at first, Jocelyn kind of apologized because he was like, that's his father. I don't need to sit there and badmouth him. But then Michael was like, no, 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 that's cool. Yeah, I'm pissed off at him also. So that was a nice scene. And I think that's pretty much about it. Apologies for it coming out so late. I actually had a later shift today. Um, Later shift today. This morning was crazy. Um, the building next to my job burnt down after an explosion of an oil tanker. You see it on the news if you watch the news. And the thing is, it was like literally right by my job. Um, so there was no power for the first couple hours, and it took longer to get it home because, well, the streets, well, the direction that I take to get home, well, it was blocked off. So it was longer. It was longer to get home, which is another reason why this video is coming out a lot later. And so with that being said, apologies for it coming out so late. Tomorrow is going to be the usual time, but like today I had a much later shift and then everything else just kind of went downhill. So thank you for watching because I know this came out super late. And if you're watching this tomorrow, really appreciate that also. And with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.